Well, Donald Trump has now signed the new cryptocurrency bill into a law, marking a major milestone for the industry, where he has signed it into a law, a new regulation for a type of cryptocurrency, a major milestone for an industry that has spent heavily to strengthen its legitimacy and political might as well. Now, as far as the Genius Act that sets the initial guardrails and consumer protections for stable coins which are tied to the assets like the US dollar to reduce price volatility compared from other forms of cryptocurrency, where it has been passed both by the House and the Senate with wide bipartisan margins. Now, the new law is meant to bolster consumer confidence in crypto industry, which has now become quickly a major power player in Washington, thanks to the massive campaign donations and spending on the lobbying. Now, its passage also comes as Donald Trump repeatedly pledged to make the US the crypto capital of the world, where he has said and told the crypto industry executives at the White House bill signing the attending by around 200 people, including several top GOP lawmakers as well. And he has called it as a massive validation for the hard work and for their pioneering spirit. Well, let's get in a word from Rishabh now. Rishabh, how is that Donald Trump seems to be welcoming the move, saying that cryptocurrency industry was good for the dollar?
Well, what we're meant to understand that cryptocurrency will definitely change the way we see economies. There are major countries who are now thinking about cryptocurrency, and Donald Trump's move has just bolstered that. Remains to be seen how successful it would be from here on, but it is definitely a substantial step toward a crypto economy.
All right. As far as Donald Trump, he has now signed the crypto bill into a law, the Genius Act that clears the U.S. Congress as far as when it comes to the crypto confidence that has now been boosted in this landmark crypto regulations, where he has pushed America as the crypto capital of the world. Rishabh continues to be with us. In the meantime, let's get another breaking update, what we are learning. This is the U.S. envoy to Syria, who has now said that Israel and Syria have now agreed to a ceasefire following Israel's intervention in fighting between Syrian government forces and the Bedouin tribes and armed groups in the Druze minority. Now, this announcement is coming as renewed clashes continued between the Druze groups and Bedouin clans in southern Syria's Sueda province, leaving tens and thousands of people displaced in worsening humanitarian crisis. Rishabh is also with us right now. Rishabh, how are we looking at as far as the situation? All right, the U.S. envoy saying that Syria and Israel, meanwhile, have agreed to a ceasefire as the Druze minority and the Bedouin clans have been clashing in Syria. What is now being said that the renewed clashes continued between the groups in southern Syria's Sueda province that has left several thousand people displaced, and the government forces, meanwhile, who had withdrawn from Sueda following a separate ceasefire that was agreed upon with the Druze community after Israel launched dozens of airstrikes on convoys of the government fighters and even struck at the Syrian Defense Ministry headquarters in central Damascus. This is coming across as far as a development now is concerned, where the U.S. envoy to Syria says that Israel and Syria have now agreed to a ceasefire following Israel's intervention, as this week's fighting between Syrian government forces and the Bedouin tribes and the armed groups that continue to fight from the Druze minority. So this announcement that has come as a renewed clashes that had continued between the groups, several people who were already displaced. However, now a ceasefire talk that may level as far as when it comes to the dialogue that is possibly will be held, where it will come across as a relief there to the people there. The U.S. envoy saying that Syria and Israel have now agreed to ceasefire.